Question 5. Imagine you are given 10 grams of an unknown solid. You take 1 gram of the solid and put it in water to test its pH, and you determine the solid is an acid. A. You measure out 0.89 grams of the solid acid and dissolve it in a beaker with 100 milliliters of water to titrate with 0.12 molarity sodium hydroxide. The titration uses 60.8 milliliters of sodium hydroxide to change the color of the indicator.
Phenolphthalein.
Yeah, whatever. From clear to pink. How many moles of acid were in the beaker? Hint. Assume 1 mole of acid neutralizes 1 mole of base.
Alright, so first you take the 60.8 milliliters and then convert it to liters. To do that, you just move the decimal to the left 3 times. Liters. And then you multiply with the molarity of the sodium hydroxide, which is multiply with the molarity, which is 0.12 moles per 1 liter. This would give you 0.007296 or 0.0073 moles of the unknown acid.
For B, what is the molarity of the unknown acid solution you made? To find the molarity, it's moles over liters, and you divide it. So it's going to be 0.007296 over 0.1. And it's going to equal 0.07296 moles. For part C, 2 acids were proposed for the identity of the acid, butyric acid and benzoic acid. Which of these acids is the most likely identity of the unknown acid? Hint, use your answer from part A to determine the molar mass of the unknown acid. So from the equation, you get 0.89 grams, and you put that on the top. And from part A, you have 0.0073 moles, so you put that on the bottom. And then you divide that, and you get 121.98 grams per mole. And you have to figure out the molar masses of both of them. And butyric, it's 48 plus 8.0 plus 32, which will equal 88 grams per mole.
What's molar mean?
And benzoic is
Moles of your stuff for every
84 plus 6.06 plus 32, which will equal 122.06 grams per mole. Benzoic is closer to the smaller mass, so it's benzoic. Yeah.
So your acid is benzoic acid. So I spelled that right? Okay. And the structure of it would be C7H6O2. So and then you bond them. That's really bad drawing. Then you bond all the carbons with H's or hydrogen, whatever. And then for part 1 of D, you circle your acidic proton, and that would be your H that's bonded to the O. And then you bond that with, not bond it, but you react that with,
The base.
yeah. And then it is reversible. So it takes the H plus, so then you would have this structure. Oh god, yeah. And then
And then this came in the yeah?
and then you add the H to the OH, so that would give you H2O.
Oh, there's this house.
And this one would be your acid.
She's like a hoe.
This one would be your base. And this one's your conjugate base.
Wow.
And this one is your conjugate acid.
For letter E, it asks, butyric acid and benzoic acid are considered weak acids and have a Ka's of 1.5 times 10 to the negative 5 and 6.3 times 10 to the negative 5. It tells us to write the Ka equation for the unknown acid. So to start it off, you need to pick the Ka of the benzoic acid, because that's what we found from the previous questions. So that would be 6.3 times 10 to the negative 5. And then you will use the conjugate base and the product to find the H plus. Over the product, which is C6H5COOH. So the ratio of the reactants to the products.
No, identify the story.
Question F is use your answers from parts B and E to determine the H plus concentration of the unknown acid solution you made. Think X squared. So you're going to use your equation from E earlier. It's going to be H plus. And since you don't know your conjugate, you're going to use X squared. And that's going to be over your product, which is
It goes.
All of your papers. Your test.
0.07296, and that's going to equal the Ka value, which is 6.3 times 10 to the negative 5th. Then you get your x squared equals 4.596 times 10 to the negative 6, and you take the x squared of this, or the root, and then x equals 0.00214, which will be 2.14 times 10 to the negative 3. And for G, it's use your answers from part F to determine the pH of the unknown acid solution you made. You take the negative log of the value you found in F, which is 2.14 times 10 to the negative 3, and that will equal 2.668. And that's it.